Hey everybody, and welcome to the Cryptid podcast. It has been a while. Please accept my apologies. Been moving house, all sorts has been going on. It's also been extremely hot here in the UK. Not a time when you feel like recording a podcast when it's, pushing towards the mid-30s, because we're just not built for it. You go to the States, I've been to the Mediterranean, places like that, and aircon is standard, ceiling fans are standard. Not what we do, but now we're in our own house, then ceiling fans will definitely be on the agenda. But I'm excited today to record this fairly brief podcast, because I'd probably point to Cliff Barackman, who has the amazing NABC North American Bigfoot Center in Boring, Oregon, which is ironic because to me that's one of the least boring places in the world, to go to the NABC and meet one of the hosts of Finding Bigfoot, and actually my favorite squatcher, Mr. Cliff Barackman, who I've not met yet, but I will meet very soon, I'm sure. So so moving to where I'm moving, or where I've moved, we're here now. It was very hard, but I won't bore you with the fiasco that was just turned around by the Lord's grace to bring me comfortable here, sitting at home recording this, looking out a lovely summer vista. But I wouldn't say it was definitely not the whole reason. But there's a very, very good thing about where I live now is I'm basically on a line of research spots. Basically where we live, we've got 3 to one side, 1 to the other side. I am naming those officially. The announcement is area A, B, C, and D, just because they're 4 in a straight line. I mean, HQ is in there, but that could be H for HQ, the home base of research is on that line, where the D would be, but we're going to call the actual locations A, B, C, and D. My main center of research will be Area C, because Area C is literally 10 minutes away from where I live, and it's a large tract of forest. I'm not actually going to reveal where these locations are, because our population of Bigfoot, Sasquatch, well, we call them woodwoes here, is very small, highly susceptible to being interfered with to their detriment. We want this species to thrive. We want recognition, but at this kind of juncture, where historically they've been recorded, but governments, mostly nefarious governments, refuse to acknowledge their existence for their own interests. I think we have to be really careful in this stage between historical records and actual scientific species acceptance of recognition. And I believe I'm going to be a key part of that here in the UK, because I know they're in this area. I've spoken to a very good witness. There's been multiple accounts over the years from the area I live in. We've got the green-faced monkey that happened down in South Devon. We've got just quite a few tales, and obviously the whole of the UK has the historic accounts of the woodwoes, the big hairy wild man and the green man that lives in the woods. So I've got Area A, Area B, Area C, and Area D. The only ones of these areas I've actually been to is Area and C and D. Area C I visited as a kid, I believe, and then a couple of months back we did go there. It was ostensibly a family trip, so in terms of squatching, I did take a picture of some interesting tracks in a muddy puddle that Cliff Barackman thought were just composite tracks. But if you saw them, and I regret I didn't take a better picture and I didn't have a 3D scanner app, it was in a row that looked like something had stepped. I mean, it wasn't like random composites. It looked like a small child's foot, but elongated. to me, it looked like a juvenile Sasquatch would walk through that puddle, like a kid would play in a puddle. It you can put it to pareidolia, but it just really stood out to me. And I've tracked animals for years. I grew up in the countryside. I grew up in the woods. I know a bit about tracking, a bit about animal sign, and this just stood out to me. And then there's Area D, where again a couple of months ago it was a family walk, but I just noticed straight away when things look out of place that when your eye is trained in squatching, you know the signs. But when you don't, there's people in the UK right now, every day they're walking by tree structures, they're walking by even nests, they're walking by probably even footprints, and they've got no idea because their eye's not trained to it, because not even just it's not officially recognized here, it's the fact that we don't even have it as pop culture here like Bigfoot in the States. It's not even conceived that they could exist here, even though they do. And if you think I'm crazy to believe that, and I know that Cliff Barackman himself, after finding Bigfoot, came and said there is no Sasquatch here. They didn't go to the best places. They didn't go interview I'd say the best authorities on it. They could have spoken to John Downs, the head of the CFZ, also based down here in Devon, who has seen a woodwose. They didn't speak to him. They could have spoken to Deborah Hatswell of Being Believed, BBR, Being Believed Research. I think it is. I always thought it was Bigfoot, British Bigfoot Research, but it's Being Believed. Deborah collects loads of these reports. She's a friend of mine on Facebook. We correspond. John Downs and Deborah Hatswell, they should have spoken to them. They didn't. I think they didn't want to ruffle any feathers. They just wanted to categorically say, no, there's no Bigfoot here. But I'm telling you, they're here. Because I believe these people, and because I've had my own Class B experiences, which are extremely classic Bigfoot experiences. I've documented them elsewhere, and I will do more in-depth podcasts in future on that, as the research all comes together in this wonderful part of the country and world. But so I'm digressing. I've got so much to say. I'm so excited. Area D. Went there with my family, wasn't walking too long. There was a snapped off tree up in other trees placed up there. It had not naturally snapped off. I looked around, there was nowhere that it had snapped off from, no stump. But it's not only that, it was up, wedged in other trees. It literally wasn't growing in the air and fell there. There were no trees around that it matched the profile to snap off. It literally looked like a classic, Bigfoot sign of what people attribute to Sasquatch, which is snapped off tree placed in other trees as some form of territorial marker or glyph or something. So I found what I believe are signs in area C and D without much effort at all. No effort, no trap cameras, no extensive off-piste research, just on the main trails. I think potentially area A and B could be even better. All I will tell you is area A and area B are in Dartmoor National Park, and I think they might be even better. Somebody told me in the north of Dartmoor in the Copse they felt that eerie feeling I felt on the outskirts of my village as a teenager, the feeling of just not being welcome in that wood, like you need to leave and leave now, which people describe with North American Bigfoot encounters. There's something large and it's predatory and it doesn't want you there. So I think Dartmoor National Park. Listen, people think the UK is not big enough. I forgot to say area C. That whole tract of forest is at least 8.5 miles long. I'm not going to tell you exactly where, but it extends basically over a good swathe of Devon. 8.5 miles, at least 2 miles, and that's just where you can actually see the trees on Google Maps. It's fairly extensive, and then Dartmoor National Park is 2/3 the size of the Sam Houston in Texas. And yes, it's not all covered in trees, but it is very wild. There's miles and miles where you roam and you will not see anybody all day. Areas which are very treacherous. Areas which MOD, Ministry of Defense, live firing ranges where you cannot go, but an elusive creature could find somewhere to hunker down and be fine. Squatches, military bases, squatches, airports. These are places they're seen because, you know, the perimeters, and often on those sites is completely off limits to the public. You'll often find them sighted. In the UK, I tied the sightings towards airports. If there's an airport near you and there's a woods around, you very, very likely could have a woodwose living near you. And again, that's another podcast. I can't be too long on this one, but just say I'm very excited. I'm going to be active in areas A, B, C, and D. Area C, I had a great Class A sighting from witness there. I've seen my own sign. Area D, I've seen my own sign. It's a good amount of forest there, and there's other forest nearby. There's plenty of pathways, tall hedgerows, farmers' fields where highly elusive creature could transverse in the dead of night, because trust me, in Devon there's nobody out there. Where I moved from, there's wooded valleys. They're private, nobody's there in the day, nobody's out there in the middle of the night. I grew up places, I walk all day, I see nobody. I was the only person out in the middle of the day, and I guarantee you, I would be out at night, and I was the only one out there. We've got wild boar in the UK. We've got wild boar in Devon. I've never seen one, though I grew up in the fields and forests. Most people are never going to see a wild boar, but they're here. So you don't think there could be a small population of undiscovered primates here, highly elusive, highly camouflaged, highly intelligent? Of course they can. Anything's possible. I think the burden of proof is on those who would disprove it, you know. And again, absence of evidence is not evidence of absence, as the old adage goes. So please like, share, and subscribe. Spread the word. There's going to be documentaries, expedition videos. I am going to do my best in these research areas, not only to get the first British Bigfoot track cast, because I don't believe one's been done, not only get the first hair samples, and I'm currently studying forensic trichology to help me with that. I hope to find scat, I hope to find bedding areas, but I want to be the first to scientifically document this species here in the UK. Yes, I'd love to get good quality HD video. I like to go on night expeditions and get wood knocks and call responses, but ultimately I just hope I can find a carcass. If we had to bring one in, if there was a private landowner that wanted to collaborate, had them in the interest of science, then we'll do that as well. Whatever it takes. To me, I am a conservationist at heart. I'm not against hunting or anything like that. I'm not against taking one in for science. But I also believe in conserving our green spaces, conserving our species. And if it's not acknowledged, it will never be conserved. I believe the governments of this world, they don't actually really care about species. There may be people within them, but as a whole, I think that's not their MO. I think that's a convenient excuse sometimes. I think it's on the citizen scientists to document a lot of these unknown species, especially the controversial ones like Bigfoot, lake monsters, etc. Oh, and you know, it's not just going to be Bigfoot down here. There's the alien big cats, the beast of Dartmoor, beast of Bodmin. I'll be also investigating Morgaur would probably be the better pronunciation. Morgaur, the Cornish sea serpent. Lots and lots of investigations to do. Again, please like, share, and subscribe. Please buy something from the merch shop if you can. It really helps. And spread the word for this channel. It's going to be unique. I don't believe there's any other channel in the UK that is quite like mine in terms of cryptid news analysis and research. It's going to be all of those things. It's going to be reaction videos, and it's hopefully it'll be very entertaining, informative, and my hope is even at one point to actually organize expeditions, paid expeditions in these areas of research. Paid just so I don't turn up and nobody's there. If you pay, it's just a commitment where you're more likely to come, really, and it helps to fund equipment that we can all share and use together. But I'm really looking forward to what the future holds here at Cryptid Watch down in lovely Devon. Yeah, we'll catch you soon. God bless you all.